Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows of the world's most haunted prisons after the last light goes out? What secrets are etched into the cold stone walls by those who will never leave? Hey everyone, welcome back to the Phantasmal Eternity Channel, where history and mystery meet. Tonight, we dive deep into the chilling echoes of the past. We're standing at the gates of some of the most haunted prisons on Earth, where countless souls have been confined, and many say, still linger. Across the globe, from the deserted hallways of America's Alcatraz to the forsaken cells of Italy's Paveglia, these prisons hold stories of despair and terror. Tonight, we uncover these tales, not just to spook you but to explore the mysteries that these haunted sites guard. Are you ready to step inside and unlock the truth? Join us, as we venture through crumbling cell blocks and shadowy corridors to discover the unseen. Make sure to hit that like button if you dare to continue, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. Stay with us as we reveal the haunting stories of ghostly inmates who may still be serving their eternal sentences beyond the grave. Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia isn't just one of America's oldest prisons. It's also one of the most haunted. Opened in 1829, this prison was the first to introduce solitary confinement, a system designed to encourage reflection and repentance. This method, known as the Pennsylvania system, was so strict that inmates were hooded whenever they left their cells, living and working in complete isolation. This extreme isolation was intended to reform the prisoners but instead drove many to the brink of madness. As you might expect from such a place, the tales of hauntings and ghostly encounters are numerous and chilling. One of the most famous stories is that of a locksmith doing restoration work in the 1990s. While removing a 140-year-old lock from a cell door, he claimed to feel an invisible force overcome him, a force so powerful that it left him unable to move. As he stood frozen, tormented faces appeared on the cell walls, one screaming in misery, fading away as quickly as they had appeared. This locksmith believes that opening the cell released the spirits trapped by their punishment and solitude. Now, I want to hear from you. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, have you ever encountered the paranormal? Or perhaps you felt a chill down your spine in a place heavy with history? Please share your experiences in the comments below, and let's uncover more about these mysterious occurrences together. Moving westward from the eerie confines of Eastern State Penitentiary, we arrive at the infamous Alcatraz in San Francisco Bay waters. Known as The Rock, Alcatraz served as a federal prison from 1934 to 1963 and held some of America's most notorious criminals, including Al Capone and the Birdman, Robert Stroud. The prison was uniquely designed to hold inmates who constantly caused trouble at other federal prisons, essentially making it the last stop for the most complex and dangerous felons. Alcatraz was notorious not just for its infamous inmates but for its harsh conditions. Inmates faced cold, small cells, rigid discipline, and minimal privileges. Interestingly, despite its reputation as an inescapable fortress, there were 14 escape attempts involving 36 inmates. The most famous, in 1962, involved Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, who managed to flee the island on a makeshift raft. Their bodies were never found, and their fate remains one of the great mysteries of Alcatraz. Today, visitors and former guards report eerie phenomena, including clanging cell doors in the dead of night, disembodied screams from the isolation block, and whispers along the cell blocks. These chilling occurrences suggest that the spirits of inmates may still be lingering, unable, or perhaps unwilling to leave the site of their earthly torments. Whether these sounds are echoes of the past or manifestations of restless spirits, they contribute to Alcatraz's status as one of the most haunted places in America. This rich history raises questions about the thin line between legend and reality. What do you think keeps the spirits of Alcatraz unrested? Could the harsh conditions have left a permanent imprint on the very soul of the island? Join the conversation and let us know your thoughts. Venturing far from the chilling shores of San Francisco to the haunting isolation of Paveglia Island in Italy, we uncover tales that intertwine tragedy with the supernatural. Paveglia, a small island between Venice and Lido in the Venetian lagoon, served a dark and eerie purpose throughout its history. Initially used as a quarantine station for the bubonic plague in the 18th century, it became an asylum for the mentally ill in the early 20th century. This unfortunate island was the final destination for many souls, reputed to be a place of immense suffering and countless deaths. The asylum itself is the core of many of the island's most disturbing legends. It is said that a doctor who worked there tortured and performed horrific experiments on the patients, driven by madness that eventually led him to leap from the bell tower, ending his own life. The locals say that his spirit, along with those of his tormented patients, still haunts the island. Visitors and paranormal investigators report hearing chilling screams, seeing shadows flit past in the periphery, and even feeling an oppressive presence watching them. The bell, removed decades ago, is still heard ringing through the night by those on nearby boats. Paveglia's harrowing legacy prompts us to question the imprint left by such intense human suffering. Does the anguish of the past linger on, embedded in the very soil and walls of the places where people suffered? Can a place be so steeped in dark history that it becomes a permanent beacon for the paranormal? What are your thoughts on the possibility of places like Plia Island harboring restless spirits? Share your views and join the conversation about the mysteries that these haunted sites may hold. Now, let's journey to the Eerie Bodmin Jail, nestled in the historic landscape of Cornwall, England. This foreboding structure, constructed in the late 18th century, served not only as a detention center but also as a venue for more than 50 public hangings. Its most infamous resident, Selina Wadge, was executed here in 1878 for the tragic crime of murdering her own son. The jail's harsh conditions and the sad tales of those who met their end at the gallows have left a lasting imprint on the fabric of the building. Visitors and staff at Bodmin Jail have reported countless encounters with the supernatural. The most chilling of these involve sightings of Selina Wadge's ghost, often seen desperately crying and mourning for her son in the very cell she last occupied. Others have witnessed shadowy figures that flit through the corridors, heard unexplained footsteps in the dead of night, and even felt sudden, inexplicable drops in temperature. The atmosphere is heavy with the echoes of the past, making Bodmin Jail not just a site of historical interest but a hotspot for paranormal activity. These stories lead us to ponder the ethics of using locations with such tragic histories as tourist attractions. Is it respectful to the memory of those who suffered there? Or does it help us remember and honor their stories? What do you think about the morality of haunted locations being tourist attractions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This conversation touches not only on our fascination with the paranormal but also on our responsibilities to history and memory. Let's shift our focus to the rugged shores of Western Australia, where the formidable Fremantle Prison stands as a stark reminder of Australia's penal heritage. Established in the 1850s by convict labor, Fremantle Prison was initially built to house prisoners transported from England. This imposing structure, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, served as a maximum security prison until its closure in 1991. Throughout its operational years, inmates faced severe conditions, with hard labor and strict discipline being a part of daily life, which, many believe, contributed to the unrest among the spirits that are said to haunt its cell blocks. The tales of ghostly activities in Fremantle Prison are as numerous as they are chilling. Visitors and former guards report hearing unexplained wails and seeing apparitions throughout the facility, particularly in the chapel and the solitary confinement block. One of the most frequently told stories involves the ghost of a prisoner who is said to haunt his former cell after suffering in solitary confinement, making his presence known through cold drafts and faint whispers. Additionally, the chapel, a place of solace for many inmates, is now reputed to be haunted by the ghosts of those seeking redemption, forever echoing their sorrowful cries within its walls. These supernatural reports have not only fascinated ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts but also raised questions about the afterlife. Are these manifestations signs of unresolved spirits clinging to the world they knew or echoes of the past trapped within the prison walls? Join the conversation and tell us if you think these hauntings are real and what might keep these spirits bound to such a place of despair. As we've journeyed through the haunting corridors of Eastern State Penitentiary, stood in the chilling shadows of Alcatraz, felt the oppressive atmosphere of Plia Island, wandered the cursed cells of Bodmin Jail, and heard the wails of Fremantle Prison, it's clear that these places are not just relics of history but active chapters in ongoing tales of the paranormal. Each site, infused with stories of despair and haunting, has carved its place in local lore, leaving an indelible mark on the surrounding communities and visitors who dare to explore their depths. If you've been captivated by these eerie tales and want to delve deeper into the mysteries of haunted locations worldwide, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the Phantasmal Eternity Channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our spooky adventures. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey, and remember, sometimes, the most terrifying stories are the ones that linger long after the lights go out. Until next time, keep wondering, keep wandering, and as always, stay spooky, my friends.